What changed after the ink was dry?
Just the scheduling, man. Like everything started rolling so fast. Like I say, I was working my ass off, so I had a buzz on my own, and then you got this heavy producer, this legendary producer coming in. Like people were really like excited for the project. So shit got rolling so fast. I don't even think we had time like to go back in the studio and you know, focus back in. Like I was doing interviews and we were already shooting a single, you know what I'm saying?
Which
like,
was the 10 Ratchet Commandments?
Ratchet Commandments, and
yeah.
then we shot Million. Yeah, it just moved so much faster. Like Tim released the moving bass, everything was just happening at once. And the label Epic was excited, you know. So yeah, shit got to rolling. Like it was actually like too fast. You know what I'm saying? Like I had no idea people would be as excited as they were. But yeah.
So you put out Ratchet Commandments.
Mm-hmm.
Which was, I guess, a play off of Biggie's
10 Crack
Commandments.
It was, yeah.
Okay. Why did you put it out, first of all?
See, that was the thing, man. Me and Tim had so many records, you know, like, I don't want to say it was my idea to put it out, but I was honestly just, you know, how do I put it, man? When you get signed, you got so many people that have an opinion. So sometimes you have to sit back and let other people, you know, make decisions. So Tim was in love with the record. I fucked with it heavy too. And I think we just wanted to just drop some bars. It was more about just rapping. And yeah, we dropped Ratchet Commandments. And after that, I was like, man, let me do some R&B. I really want to sing.
Well, on Ratchet Commandments, like, what do you consider ratchet?
I mean, Ratchet Commandments was just like the honesty. It's just honest truth. Ratchet shit be going on. You got females in the club that ain't paid their rent. That's very ratchet. You
right.
got
side chicks.
Females, you know, side chicks, proud side chicks. That's very ratchet.
Proud side chicks.
Proud side chicks is very ratchet.
That's a new thing. Being a proud side chick.
No.
That's
you gotta
something.
be a proud main chick. Like that sounds more.
Well, how about just a proud chick? Like, why is it gotta be a main chick?
Of course, first and foremost, you should be a proud chick. But if you're gonna be proud about, you know, who you fucking with or who you messing with as a lady, you should want to be the main.
In the video,
right, Vlad?
Yeah,
right,
100%.
Right, Squeak? Okay,
100%.
Okay.
In the video, it seems like you were talking about download dudes. Mm-hmm. Is that what it was? There's this one scene where he's like, some of these dudes is bitches
I'm glad you brought that
too.
up. I don't want anyone to feel like I'm against the lesbian gay community at all.
But it had some dudes oiling themselves up, which looked a little, you know.
Yeah, it was meant to be funny. It was meant to be funny, bro. Like, I'm not against anyone, you know, but what's wrong is when you hide who you are. Like that's.
I agree.
That's wrong to.
Right. If you want to be gay, be gay.
And the other people you affect. You feel me?
Right.
So that bar was more so like, you know, for the dudes who can't be 100 about shit.
Yeah.
I have nothing against, you know, homosexuals, anything like that.
I feel you. What was the reaction to this song? Because I feel like
it was half and half.
Right. Because like, for example, you have like people like,
and that's understandable.
Like Aisha Curry, right? Steph Curry's wife.
Yes.
Whenever she seems to say anything about ratchet females, there's this huge like
people go crazy.
Yeah, like how dare you say this? You know, we could be ratchet if we want to. Like how dare you tell us to be wholesome? Like it's almost like it's this weird backlash which I don't quite get. Which did you get the same thing?
I did. I did. And you know what? I think that's just our generation, man. It's like negative shit sells. You feel me? Like when you saying something positive, or when you saying, you know, like when you saying some shit that has some substance, you know, it goes over their heads. And that's just what it is. It's just facts. So I took that into consideration. I definitely did. But that doesn't mean like, you know, don't stop being positive. Don't stop being the main chick. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying we live in a fast-ass generation, and they're not trying to hear the truth, you know?
Yep. So then the second single was the Aaliyah song.
Million, yes.
So.
And go ahead. What's up, lad?
Okay, so before you do the song, you have Timbaland, who was Aaliyah's main producer, right? Not her only producer, because originally she came out with R. Kelly and everything else like that, but then she moved over to Timbaland, and then that sort of kind of defined her sound, I feel, before she died. So, and you have someone, and her Timbaland and Aaliyah were really close.
Very.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, like, the uproar that Timbaland had when the Aaliyah movie came out, the biopic, where he was just disgusted over
he doesn't play about her. That's
right.
You know.
Oh, he was how upset he was over how she was depicted.
Right.
So, who started this conversation of redoing an Aaliyah song? Because it doesn't get done very often.
You're right. It was Tim's idea. You know, I was shocked. I was very shocked when he presented that record. Like, you know, I knew how sacred that shit was, and I knew just how many, you know, how many heads would turn when they heard it. So I understand it's very, like, sensitive. He's very sensitive about her. So, you know, I wanted to do the beat justice. I took that into consideration, and that was the thing. Like, I didn't want people were taking the song as if, you know, Timbaland was trying to recreate Aaliyah, or, you know, as if I wanted to be the next Aaliyah, and I'm like, no. You know what I mean? Like, before I was working with Timbaland, I have my own lane. You know what I mean? I have songs that are blowing up as well. You know, I'm never trying to bite off anyone's style. You can't be Aaliyah.
Right.
Feel me?
You can't be Aaliyah.
We take bits and pieces. She inspires a lot, but you can't be her.
Right. I mean, like,
You know?
for example, Drake is heavily influenced by Aaliyah, I feel.
Right.
And I think didn't he redo a song with some of her vocals or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, like, I was just rolling with it, you know what I mean? Like, I love to make music. So, you know, that kind of hurt me when people were taking it like, who the, you know, she's not the next Aaliyah. I'm like, I know that. I'm Tink. You feel me? It was a remake. It was supposed to, you know, I wanted to honor her, you know. And, like, it's so funny. I see on the internet, like, Complex or someone was just stating how, like, Aaliyah's music is hard to find on the internet because a lot of her songs are, like, you know, a lot of her songs are locked away by her family members. They don't want it out on iTunes and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, you know, like, we were really just trying to bring something new to the ears, you feel me? It wasn't, I would never try to be Aaliyah.
Right, because in that song you take the 1 in a million chorus and then kind of switch the beat.
Yeah, that's all Tim.
Yeah.
Tim got real freaky on that beat.
And then sort of worked your vocals
Yeah.
into the song. And then also using other parts of her
Yeah.
vocals in it and so forth.
And that's why I say it was a dope production. Like,
Yeah.
on top of my vocals, that was a lot of Tim, like, getting busy. Like, he really snapped for that.